Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Invictus Racing League, the F2 League. It's at the glorious track of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's one of those tracks where it's just a beautiful long straights and a few tricky corners in Sector 3, and you just never know what's going to happen next. With me, and I've missed him. I know Mike's took over for the last few times, but I have missed him and my commentator duo, as always with the English-Scottish battle, is Craig. How you doing, Craig? You alright?
I'm okay, but can I give you a little bit of advice? Can
Yes.
you choose spectator mode?
Oh,
You've yet to choose
sorry.
it.
Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself on this one tonight.
You have, you have. You're very eager to jump to the track. You're
Yeah,
very eager to get on board for this championship battle. You know,
yes,
I'm actually
yes.
sitting on the edge of my seat, getting
I
ready
am
for
now.
tonight's race.
I am as well, Craig, because if people are not sure what's happened, um, No Fudge and Nick have been battling out all season with the top two, and No Fudge is within 10 points clear. All No Fudge has to do is like 2 points gained or 3 points more than. Um, I was going to say 3 points. If he won 12 and then lost out and stuff, then he would. I think that the permutations would be a bit better, but Nick has to win at least to give this title up to the last day of the race. I mean, don't get me wrong, Craig. The F2 League has been fantastic as well, and there's been some good sportsmanship from everyone else. What would you say is your expectations for tonight?
Certainly a very close on-track battle between No Fudge and Nick Thompson. Both very quick drivers and pretty good overtakers as well. And we certainly saw that in the USA Grand Prix as well. Certainly into that challenging double left-hander at the end of Sector 2. So I'm expecting more of the same this evening, and it'll be interesting to see how No Fudge and Nick Thompson's teammates may also come into play as well to support their teammates in this season's Drivers' Championship battle.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's just going to be absolutely intense. This is why we're on the edge of our seats, Craig, because you just do not know what to expect. I'm just excited. Just like a little kid just wrapping up a present, or
I
wrapping a present on
think
Christmas.
I think the only thing that you can expect is that we're going to have clear weather. We always do have it in Abu Dhabi. Don't expect any different weather. So we do know it's going to be a dry race. It'll be interesting to see how the strategies play out again tonight. We saw a bit of variance in strategies last night in the Performance League and the No Assist League, and it looks as if we're counting down to the beginning of the race. So strategy could play key. You don't want to go for a two-stop strategy when others are doing a one-stop and come out in traffic. Although it is a fairly easy track to overtake on, you could lose a lot of time to your competitors on the one-stop strategy.
Yeah, as we have seen within the No Assist League and the Performance League last night, and that was just intense moments the last few days, wasn't it, Craig?
Yeah, certainly the No Assist League race came right down to the last lap. Again, last night there was a bit of desync issues in the Performance League, but a great drive nonetheless from Delange. A bit of difficulty between Core Tactics and MJ Coupe at the chicane at the end of the second DRS zone. So yeah, completely unpredictable as always, and I'm expecting more of the same tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be. This is going to be absolutely fantastic moments here, and you just do not know what to expect. I just don't. I'm speechless because I just want to watch the race.
Well, just
Oh,
before we go to track, a quick good evening to Fasco and Mike, Betrayer and Lance Stroll, who join us all this evening for tonight's Formula 2 Eco Performance race.
welcome, guys. I hope you enjoy the the fantastic battle going on. We have, as you can see, we have a full grid tonight. I want to say a couple of quick moments. Last week there was a few penalty situations last week, Craig. I'll just give you a bit of an update as well. There was quite a few 10 seconds, 5 seconds because of the last corner on the bus stop chicane. And we had to get that sorted obviously with the admin stuff as well. So in that situation, I think Meg Lugby had 10 seconds, and that moved him back from 6th or 7th, I think, to move back to the podium place. So he got 3rd, and Nick dropped down to 4th, which hence why the gap is a bit bigger of 10 points. So I would love to see Nick outscore No Fudge tonight, so we can get the championship battle on the last day of the last day of F2. What would you expect?
Mike just made a quick comment on the stream, believing that Chicken Owens could go for back-to-back race victories, and I think certainly he's going to be a favourite tonight. He's a very quick driver, but let's not discount Ollie, who's just came back from his trip to Singapore, and another very quick driver. So I don't think victory is certain at the moment, but there is a few favourites on track at the moment in Ollie and Chicken Owens, and certainly No Fudge, P3 and Nick Thompson are all very quick drivers and do have the potential to take any race win.
Yeah, definitely. I like to say big congratulations, welcome back to Ollie for I'll be at his fantastic time in Singapore. If he wins tonight, that'll be a fantastic present coming back to win in F2.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tough challenge though, Mark. Being out of practice for a few weeks can certainly cost you a few tenths on track. So he might have lost a little bit of rhythm on his absence from Formula 2. Certainly time will tell as JFM goes on to begin his hot lap, just approaches turn 1, running up the hill to that flat out turn 2, then that quick flat out turn 3. And we saw a few cars go wide last night in the Performance League race, and I'm sure most drivers will be hoping that they avoid those curbs going airborne down at the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, what would be your crucial corner tonight in Abu Dhabi?
Oh, I certainly think in the race, turn 3 is a crucial corner. If you don't have a lot of downforce, then that can certainly compromise your distance to the car ahead. And if you're affected by dirty air, you could actually lose that DRS activation point and really struggle to overtake on the main straight.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Craig, because if you don't get that good setup and good downforce, I think you will struggle. And I think you need to have the lower downforce for the straights, but then you're going to be compromised with the sector 3 of the corners and stuff. Yeah,
it's a very fine balance. It's a very fine line, compromising downforce for the third sector, the street style sector, compared to the long straight. So do you compromise? Turn in for straight line speed. No Fudge does open up the qualifying with a 1:38.3. He's not lighting up the qualifying screens at the moment. Pretty average lap. Chicken Owens definitely takes 3/10 out of him and puts it on provisional pole with Renault driver P3 completing third position at the moment. Never miss a 1:38.6 in the Ferrari. Currently sitting in fourth is F1 Richard, crosses the line a 1:39.6.
Yeah, I just watched F1 Richard. Meg Lugby has moved up to second.
Not a very impressive lap from Wave Intel on the super softs. Of course, he's just outside the 39s. Meg Lugby moves up to P2, taking a 1:38.9, 3,000ths of a second quicker than No Fudge. But the big question is, where is Nick Thompson? He puts on pole! Nick Thompson on provisional pole. It is game on, Mark.
I know we've got under 7 minutes, Craig. Anything could happen, Craig. Notorious has moved up to third. No, but
But that is an early psychological advantage for Nick Thompson ahead of his championship rival at this point in qualifying by 4 positions. So Nick Thompson will be hoping to have as much traffic between himself and his competitor, no fudge. And he's certainly got that in the form of Chicken Owns Notorious and Meg Lugpay.
yeah, oh my God. I'm speechless, Craig.
I don't think it's going to be long before we see drivers come down to the 37s as the track does develop. So we're just waiting for the track to rubber in a little bit more, and the evolution of the track could mean that the drivers could push in to the 37s. And it does Meg Lugpay! I think that was a double hot lap run, and that's a 1:37.6, but he's put more distance on those ultra soft tyres, so that could compromise his race strategy. That could be the ultras onto the soft tyre later on in the race.
Yeah, this is going to be intense moments, Craig. This is absolutely intense moments. Oh my God. I do not know what to say anymore. I'm just watching Shimicky on his proper qualifying lap now. He's coming up within sector 3 now.
Oh, BWA Clyde just coming round turn 19, approaching turn 20, currently in 7th at the moment on a 1:38.4. Looks as if he was on a hot lap, but he's bailed out of it and he's opted to go into the pits. Captain Stiff on track on the super softs, while Wave Intel is currently in the garage with down in 15th Tejwa still to set a lap also on the super softs. So could Tejwa be taking a leaf out of my book and not setting a qualifying lap time?
Would you go for that then, Craig?
Looking at how close the grid is at the moment, I think I might opt to not qualify to try and avoid any contact in turn 1. Possibly do what you did on Monday evening, starting on the softs or starting on the super softs.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with the bottom 11, bottom 10, sorry. But Craig, from 2nd to 12th is 9/10. 9/10. And forget Meg Lugpay this time, because that was just like a fantastic lap. But like, from 1st to 8th will be like a second. And just unbelievable. I'm just watching Captain Stiff in the Williams car. He did drove for the Mercedes while Brennan's was away from the Mercedes car. So he's back on the Williams car from last week onwards. So he's just doing the super softs now. He's coming up to the last corner now. I think he'll probably get on 141.
Yeah, and Mickey on his return to a family holiday back home in Australia, currently down in 16th at the moment on the ultra soft tyres. So certainly the Force India driver will be looking to go quicker than that. And the big news is as well, Mickey will be joining No Assist League next season. He's going to give it a go, and certainly I'd like to welcome him to the No Assist League, and hopefully enjoys continuing racing here at Invictus Racing Leagues.
Yes, I'm sure he will do a fantastic job, and I'm sure he'll be alright. I'm just watching No Fudge, Craig. He's coming up to... he'll be about to come up to the end of the 1st sector now.
Yeah, and Chicken Owens just coming round that tight turn 7, hugs the apex like his favourite granny, and the run down the main straight towards turn 8, currently in 3rd and qualifying with a 1:38.0. Can he improve on P3 and put himself in contention for a double race victory last week and this week?
I'm sure he will, Craig. I think he has been really unlucky in the last few races, P3, but I think hopefully the tides will turn. I know we've been confirmed that the Renault Renault boys have won the constructors anyway, a few races ago anyway, but they've done a fantastic job. But
Yeah, but it's all
no,
about the Drivers' Championship tonight. So now that the Constructors is sewn up, it's time to support your teammate and hopefully help him towards that F2 Drivers' Championship. No fudge, currently on a hot lap on the ultra soft tyre, just coming round turn 19. Sorry, a little bit of traffic in the form of Chill Neeland. Chill Neeland gets out the way, gets off the racing line. No fudge just comes round the final corner. Can he improve on the 38.3? It doesn't. It does not improve.
no Craig, sorry to interrupt you there, but he did invalid his lap. He would have got a 37.9.
Oh, and that would have put him up to P3 ahead of Nick Thompson. So no fudge will definitely be kicking himself at this stage of the qualifying, and he has no choice but to go for it again. Does he have enough fuel? That is the question.
Yes.
But Chicken Owens moves up to P2, a 137.8. That moves Nick Thompson down to third.
Nick Thompson's coming up to the long DRS straight on the first one now. As you said about no fudge, he has got a bit of fuel to do another lap, Craig. So this is going to be absolutely intense. And thank God you joined me back, Craig, tonight. Tej was the only one tonight with no time so far. I think you may be spot on with that one, Craig. He might go for the soft tyre, or probably the super softs. Time has run out. I will not say start the fans, please, but this will have to see what's going to happen next with. Oh! Oh my God, Chicken Owens!
Well, Chicken Owens taking provisional pole. I'm just riding on board with no fudge, just coming round turn 21. Can he improve on fifth? He puts it third. He's ahead of his championship rival Nick Thompson. So on the second row of the grid, championship contenders, no fudge and Nick Thompson will duke it out.
1. Whoa!
Oh, Nick Thompson goes up to P2, but Meg Lugby is also on a hot lap. Meg Lugby just coming round turn 20, runs slightly wide, just clips the curb around the turn 21. He's on a 137. Oh! Time from Meg Lugby, a 137.1. That drops no fudge to fourth as Nick Thompson starts on the clean side of the track. But Notorious looks to still be on a hot lap. He was up in P3 earlier on in qualifying. He's coming round turn 20, runs perfectly wide at the exit of turn 20, comes round turn 21, kisses the apex perfectly. Oh, slide at the back! And he does not. He moves up one place, but that slide would have cost him dearly.
Oh my God! Oh, what a qualifying lap!
And if this race has any indication from qualifying, we are in for an absolute cracker.
Oh my God.
So please stay tuned, everyone. It looks to be a classic.
You've heard that, guys. You have heard that. That is epic. And also, Craig, the top two are within third and fourth in the qualifying tonight. So I think in the form states, no fudge, correct me if I'm wrong, he has not gone outside the top four. So
no, he's certainly been very consistent in the race, but it looks as if no fudge has had an issue at the exit of turn 21. He's just trying to get out the way of the traffic coming round to complete their laps. And it looks as if there's a Ferrari actually received terminal damage. I'm not sure if it is. It's Never Miss. So Never Miss has had an issue on track, and he's lost the front right tyre on that Ferrari. So He's down in 11th at the moment. He will have a free tyre choice, but mighty McLugpy. What a lap. A 1:37.1 trumps Chicken Owns by 2 tenths in second.
Yeah.
Nick Thompson with No Fudge, both championship contenders in third and fourth. GFM UFC in fifth. Notorious takes sixth. P3 in seventh. MJ Coop in eighth. BW Klein ninth. All in his return is 10th. Never Miss 11th. Chill Neelan 12th. Brennon's 13th. Nitrogash is 14th. Sir Spud 15th. 16th Wave and Tail. F1 Richard is 17th. Tejwar in 18th. Schmicky Mickey on his return is 19th. And Captain Stiff is down in 20th. Oh, what a qualifying session. And what do we have in store for tonight's Formula 2 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix?
Oh, I do not know what to say there. Oh, this is absolutely intense moments.
So it'll be really interesting to see what P11 down to 20 do on the strategy start. Will they opt for the super softs? Will they go for the soft, hoping to go longer? Or do they think they've got the pace early on in the race on fresh ultras, trying to make up a few positions that they may have lost out on in qualifying? Certainly time will tell as we wait for each driver to select their race strategy and then begin the formation lap.
Yeah. Just want to say good evening to Shifted. He says, "Woo, Mark. How you doing, mate? I hope you're enjoying the stream as well. I'm sorry for the delay. I've only just seen the messages on mine, so because my phone's been playing up at the minute. So, send us your predictions, guys. What do you think your top three? While I said that, Craig,
The only
what's your top three?
prediction I'm going to make is an epic race. I've got absolutely no idea who is going to win this race. McLugpy's certainly shown that he's got the one lap pace. He's certainly quick in qualifying trim. Has he maybe compromised the race setup for qualifying position? Certainly time will tell. We do know that No Fudge is notoriously quick in the race and certainly makes up quality positions. And we do know that Nick Thompson is a very competent driver and a very consistent driver, as well as a very successful overtaker. So I think lap one could consist of No Fudge and Nick Thompson trying to clear those drivers slightly ahead to maybe open up a bit of a distance between their rival.
Yeah, I think. Oh, you just do not know what to say on that one because Nick's done, as you said, Nick's a good overtaker. No Fudge, as you said, more consistent in this league, and he has done really well to hold on. But my prediction's going to say No Fudge is going to win the title today, as my prediction. But I'm hoping not, because I want Nick to outscore No Fudge to bring it to the last race so we can make it more exciting.
Yeah, it would definitely be very special to crown a new champion at the home of British motorsport, because we are in Silverstone next week and certainly the weather is unpredictable. So it does throw in a new variant to the race, but it's a very tough challenge for Nick Thompson. He's 10 points behind championship rival No Fudge, so No Fudge, although he doesn't really need to beat Nick Thompson in points, he just has to make sure that he stays close enough this week and then again next week, just making sure that he does not lose 11 points to Nick Thompson over 2 races.
Yeah, just hopefully that's not going to be in that case, but just hopefully we'll get that sorted now.
So we do see quite a varied strategy approach. So Never Miss has opted for the supers. Chill Neelan, believing he's got paces, went for ultras. Brennon's and super soft, whereas Nitrogas, Spud and Captain Stiff have went for the soft tyre. So slightly different tyre choice strategies from P11 down to 20. The top 10 drivers locked into the ultra softs, of course.
Oh, who do you think out of the bottom half, Craig, has got the good advantage?
Well, I was in a practice with Wave Intel last week in Spa, and although he did admit Spa was one of his best tracks, I think Wave Intel's certainly a driver worth watching coming through the grid. He's starting on the super soft tyre, and that means that he can certainly challenge Sir Spud and Nitrogash on the harder compounds slightly ahead, and I do believe he's got the pace to get ahead of some of the drivers from maybe 8th down, and going longer in the race he can certainly switch over to ultras if he can look after his tyres. So Wave Intel could be the driver to watch for at the back of the grid.
Yeah, I think you might be right there, Craig. But Brennan's does well as well, and Chill. I'm just gonna say Chill. I reckon Brennan's, Chill, and Wave Intel, if they get a good start, then I wouldn't be surprised if they go up to the top half. But I think the one to watch out for is Ollie. I know he hasn't had much practice, but I reckon he'll be like the outsider for like top 3 if he can pull his nose, get his spot on with the racing and stuff. As we was talking about it now, we've got the drivers coming into the starting grid now, Craig. This is I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, this is great. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just excited. Here we go. Oh.
So yeah, all the cars are lined up. We're just waiting for the green flags to be waved at the back of the grid. We do have the red lights. We've got 4 red lights, 5 red lights. We are go here at Abu Dhabi. Rugby makes a great start, but also so does Chicken Owens. Chicken Owens actually coming alongside the McLaren and takes the lead into P1, but there's contact between Nick Thompson and No Fudge, and certainly Nick Thompson lost, No Fudge lost out there in the Renault. Oh, that's a big loss of the rear end there from the Toro Rosso, I believe. So, Chicken Owens, disaster for him, out of the race before we even approached turn 5.
Craig, there was 3 cars out of nowhere. Oh my God, we have got a couple of battles here. We've got a couple of two in the beds here. Wave it, tell Bravenant. Oh my God, come on!
Yeah, we've got a force in there making a move going into turn 8 on the Renault. It's Chill Nealand almost trying to get the move done in P3. Whoa. P3 goes defensive, shoves the force in there wide, and actually defends really well. But Chill Nealand coming under attack from the Toro Rosso of BW Clyde on the outside, running down to turn 11. But there's a Red Bull of Nitrogas slightly behind Chill Nealand.
Yeah, oh my God, that is intense. Oh, Mickey has moved up to 14th. Oh, that's a great move from Sir Spud. Nitro Chilean. Oh my God. Oh, Chill.
Oh, Chill Nealand misses his braking point at turn 18, I believe that is, and actually goes off track. So Chill Nealand, big mistake, loses out a few positions and he's down in 10th.
But he's losing out to Brennan's. Oh my God!
Nick Thompson all over the gearbox of Meg Lugpay, and this is vital for the Drivers' Championship. The gap now 0.3 of a second, but No Fudge stuck behind JFM UFC. So the Williams driver doing Nick Thompson a big favour at the moment. Oh, Wave Intel closing down on Nitric Gas. Wave Intel goes round the outside at turn 5.
few times, and he hasn't enough on the Ferrari car. And welcome back, Craig. I'm not sure what happened there, but good evening again.
Apologies for those technical difficulties. I actually just get disconnected from the lobby, and certainly hoping to rejoin as soon as possible.
We've got yellow flags in sector 3. Oh, Mickey and Spud. Oh, wheel banging side by side. Oh my God. So Spud's going for the oh my God, I think there was a bit of lag there. We got Meg Luck P doing the fastest lap. We got Chill closing in on Brennan's. As you said earlier, Craig. I'm getting mixed up with Mike and Craig now. This is getting ridiculous now. Sorry. We've got Nick. Nick had a 310s closing in, but now he's about a second from McLuckby. But oh my God, we got a 4-car battle here. For Chill, Brennan's. Oh my God. Oh, come on.
Yeah, BW Cloud still tucked in behind P3, but Move Fudge just can't get close enough to GFM UFC on that run down to turn 8. So the Williams driver continuing to do a massive favour for Nick Thompson. Oh, GFM just clips the curb and it bounces the car, and that struggles for traction and allows no Fudge to just get it down under power.
Oh, as you was watching that, Craig, Chill just overtook Brennan's. But Brennan's may have the overtake on here.
Yeah, and Wave Intel could make a move on the inside. It never miss at turn 11 and gets it done under braking and gets his nose ahead coming through the chicane.
Oh my God, Brennan's! What a move! What a move from Brennan's!
Yeah, there's a four-way battle at the moment, Mark, for 9th place with Brennan's, Chill Neeland, Captain Stiff and F1 Richard. F1 Richard, there's a little look down the inside at turns 18, I believe.
Yeah, and Meg Lugpiece got the fastest lap at 141.5. Oh my God. Oh, this is great. I think something happened to Wave Intel. Oh, Brennan's has pitted.
Yeah, that's a very early pit stop, so possible front wing damage from Brennan's, or he just wants to get out of the traffic, feeling that he's losing too much time. But BW Clyde coming round turn 3 has to lift through lack of downforce and actually manages to catch P3 just by coasting. So great straight line speed in that Toro Rosso, just not a lot of downforce.
Yeah, I'm hoping Nick's losing a little bit of time to McLuckby. No, Fudge just moved up to 3rd, so it'll be about 4 seconds from Nick.
Yeah, BW Clyde having a look in the inside of P3 down at turn 8. Oh, he can't get the turn in on that Toro Rosso, so certainly struggling with mechanical grip and downforce.
Oh my God.
But BW Clyde gets a second attempt at it, goes round the outside of turn 8. He wants the inside for turn 12, but P3 has him covered off, just allows the car to come across. He goes defensive. BW Clyde struggling with rear traction as he comes round the chicane.
It looks like he's got no assist, doesn't it, Craig? To be fair, with the no traction at the
back. It looks quite similar to that, but I think he's just too eager to get on full power, and it's really struggling for rear traction. The Toro Rosso just does not want to commit to traction. It just does not want to comply.
No, it doesn't.
But a three-way battle ensues between BW Clyde, Nitrogas and Never Miss and the Ferrari just coming round turn 21.
Oh, you got the initials BNN. It's like BM.
What might be interesting though, Mark, is whether we see Nitrogas lift. Oh, and it does. That's a big lift from the Red Bull driver. That allows Nevermiss to close him down in the Ferrari. But Nevermiss just can't get close enough yet, but could get it done under DRS on the run down to turn 8.
Ollie has got a 3-second time penalty. Oh my God, Craig. Never miss. Closing in on Nitro, Nitro's closing in on BWA Clyde.
Yeah, I don't think he's close enough yet, Mark. He has a little look on the inside. Can he get it done on the braking? He can't. He's too far behind the Red Bull driver.
Oh, he's still watching this. Oh, this is the greatest battle here ever, Craig. We might have another battle going on between F1 Richard and Captain Stiff. Oh, just before we carry on, Craig, if people are wondering where Gazman is, he had to, because of Ollie returning back, and he will be reserved, and hopefully he'll come back either the next week or new season. Hopefully he'll return, but he's been done some great drives, Gazman has. Just want to point that out as well. But just watching, still watching, never miss.
Nitro Gas trying to line up BWA Clyde, but he has to be mindful. Never misses just behind the Ferrari. But Chil Nealand is beginning to close the gap as well in the Force India. Yeah,
he's closing up. I think he took about a second, didn't he? Because of their battles.
Yes, it looks as if Nitro Gas and Never Miss are actually being held up at the moment with BWA Clyde.
Oh, Clyde! Oh, he lost it! He has lost it, Craig.
Yeah, I think that was downforce. The lack of downforce eventually told. It definitely reached up and bit BWA Clyde in that exit of turn 3. So it looks as if he did opt for straight line pace.
Yeah, I think got Ollie closing in on Shimiki Mickey for 16th place.
But what will be interesting to see what pace Nitro Gas and Never Miss have now that they're not behind BWA Clyde. So can Nitro Gas and Never Miss have a little battle now that BWA Clyde isn't holding them up? Oh, Never Miss goes wide to the entry of turn 11. Nitro Gas just comes across and defends really well, just closing off any opportunity for a cutback.
Yeah, I think he's trying his hardest, Nitro Gas, to hold on with those soft tyres. Oh, Ollie and Shimiki Mickey having a good battle. Oh, Nitro! Nitro's one wide, and he has lost the position to Never Miss.
Yeah, and because he's not carrying the pace out of those turns, he could come under attack from Chil Nealand as well. So Nitro could lose 2 positions in about half a lap. He has to be very mindful of Chil Nealand behind.
Just a bit.
And BWA Clyde does come into the pits in lap 7.
Yeah, I think that was a right choice there for BWA Clyde, because he was losing that big time, and he did lose a bit of his front wing as well, Craig. So I wouldn't be surprised if he go for the soft tyre.
Chil Nealand dives down outside the turn 5, locks up the wheels. He tried to go round the outside. Oh, he's tried to come back on track. F1 Richard had to be very careful to avoid contact. So Chil Nealand possibly coming on the track too much, almost causing an obstacle.
Oh, I didn't see that, Craig. But I saw Captain F1 Richard just say, oh, well, thank you very much, I'll take that through. But now, Chil.
Yeah, with a drag race between the McLaren and the Force India on the run down to turn 8. F1 Richard defending very well, taking command of the track and just covering off Chil Nealand, beginning to open up a little gap of 4/10 of a second, and it looks as if it's a safe enough gap not to come under attack from the DRS.
Yeah, I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, the dirty air is going to be affecting Chil, because if he needs to try and get past F1 Richard as soon as, but hopefully he'll try and do it as quickly as possible. Never Miss is closing in on P3. JFM has pitted, Craig. JFM has pitted. So, and P3 has pitted. P3 is pitted. Oh,
yeah, it's almost a specific time for the crossover. So will we see JFM and P3 go for super softs or soft? So P3 looks to go for soft, Just waiting for a telemetry update from Williams to see what tyres JFM is on, and he's actually opted for the Ultras, so that's an ultra soft strategy going on to super soft late on in the race, so a definite two-stop race for JFM.
Yeah, I think that is one of them aggressive strategy stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's certainly an aggressive two-stop strategy and definitely achievable. Chiel Neeland having a run on F1. Richard going to turn 8, slight lock up of the left front. And he's beginning to rein him, and he's almost side by side. He's actually just slightly behind, but once that DRS opens, he'll come alongside, and it looks as if Chiel Neeland will be stuck on the outside on the entry to turn 11. F1 Richard just comes across, go defensive. Oh, there's a slight bang of wheels as we go through turn 12 and 13. So not a lot of room there for the McLaren and the Force India.
What a move!
Yeah, I don't know if that was possibly F1 Richard just going wide or allowing that position to come back. But F1 Richard dives down the inside. It turns 17. Oh, this goes round the outside of the Force India. So F1 Richard trying to get it done under braking in that fast double right-hander. But Chiel Neeland, very wise to it, just covers it off.
Yeah, I didn't see that, Craig, because I was watching another battle with JFM and Tej, because it was that close. It was just unbelievable, and now I'm not sure what's happened, because I think there was a bit of a clash with some of the cars, I think, but I might be wrong. So now the gap has widened on a few cars. Fair play to these guys. They're trying to hold their positions and trying to get that decent points.
And all the while this battling is going on in the midfield, Mig Lugby commanding this race from the front. He's got a 4.7 second gap over Nick Thompson, P2, with no fudge in third. Nick Thompson just can't seem to get close enough to Meg Lugby to take the race win. He certainly needs a bigger gap than this over championship rival No Fudge. So at the moment he's only really outscoring him by 2 points when he needs 11 points out of 2 races.
He needs them as quickly as possible. Captain Stiff's closing in on Tedroir.
Nick Thompson could actually need a big favour from his teammate to actually get up the track to make a gap between himself and No Fudge, acting as a barrier out almost. Oh, there's contact between JFM and F1 Richard. F1 Richard just had his rear clipped by JFM and caused F1 Richard to spin down at turn 18.
Oh my god. Alright, Craig, here's a question for you. One stop or 2 stop round here?
One stop.
One stop.
One stop.
Guaranteed. One stop, guaranteed.
Meg Lugby has pitted, so Meg Lugby on the soft tyres, currently just slightly ahead of Nitro Gas. I think Nitro Gas just out with DRS activation. That moves Nick Thompson up to P1 with never missing second. So No Fudge has pitted as well. No Fudge could get the undercut. He's actually come out the pits on the soft tyre, currently 9/10 behind Chiel Neeland for 5th.
We've got a couple of battles here, Craig. We've got F1 Richard and Tej for 8th, and then also from 11th, Spud, Brennan's P3. Oh my god. Will Tedroir get past F1 Richard in the last DRS zone? Oh, will he do it? He's got DRS.
Yeah, he's went round the outside at turn 11, but I think F1 Richard has him covered off. Tedroir tried the cutback, but he was just too far behind F1 Richard to pull it off.
Nick has pitted, Craig. Nick has pitted. Oh, No Fudge and Chiel. I'm not sure what happened there, but No Fudge Chiel looked like he let No Fudge through, but I might be wrong.
P3 all over the back of the Mercedes of Bren Owens coming through turns 18, 19. And he just can't seem to find a way past. Brennan goes wide, struggles for traction, but P3 almost got caught in behind him, unable to make a pass as Sir Spud does come into the pits. So Nick Thompson on the super softs, which is very interesting in terms of strategy. The big question is, can he look after those super softs? Very similar to the performance that we saw with Sebastian Vettel in the Bahrain Grand Prix. So he's going to have to do a Vettel style of driving to look after those super softs. Oh, P3 tries a dive on the inside of Brennan's at turn 7, and it looks as if it's came off. So P3 saw the gap and went for it and get them moved on the inside of Brennan's at turn 7.
That was a great move from him.
Nick Thompson currently behind Nitro Gas for P3, just coming through turns 11, 12, 13 and 14. Nick Thompson really needs to get this move done as quick as possible, because he is no fudge behind by 2.4 seconds, who looks to be going to the end of this race. So Nick Thompson really needs to get these moves done.
Yeah, he needs to do it as quick as possible. I just saw Clyde pass it Chill on the second DRS straight. What a move from him. But, we've got a beautiful helicopter view here. Will Chill close in on BWA Clyde?
Yeah, and Mig Lugpay all over the back of Never Miss, who's yet to pit. So Nick Thompson got a great exit on those fresh super softs from turn 21. Tries to go round the outside of turn 1. Nitro Gas just squeezes him. A great defensive move from Nitro Gas, but it looks as if Nick Thompson just goes round the outside on those fresh super softs at turn 3. Great move from Nick Thompson, and definitely vital for a championship, in terms of the championship.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Craig. Don't worry, I'll let you off on that one. We've got Brennan's closing in on P3 at the minute, Craig. Mickey has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. No Fudge is closing on Nitro Gas. Nitro's going defensive.
No Fudge looks to go round the outside of Nitro at turn 7, but he runs wide. That allows JFM to come into play.
The Williams, JFM. I thought it might have overtook No Fudge then.
Yeah, looks as if JFM was just being a little bit cautious. Certainly doesn't want to hinder the championship leader, ruining his race. So JFM certainly taking that into consideration, not wanting to attempt anything too risky at this point of the season.
Not risking it for a biscuit here, Craig. Oh my God, No Fudge!
No Fudge runs wide at the exit of turn 17. That allows JFM to just stroll through and move up to P5.
Yeah, and because of that, Craig, oh my God, sorry.
Yeah, sorry Mark, I interrupted you there. Nick Thompson moves up to P2 as Never Miss comes in for his 1 pit stop. This could be onto the soft tyre, and it is. So Brennan's, as you were saying, Mark, currently stuck behind Captain Stiff for P9 and 10.
Yeah. Yeah, we do apologise, guys. I do apologise, Craig. He apologised to me. We do our best to try and make it. Oh, come on, Brennan's! Oh, he's done it!
Yeah, and as we were talking about that, Mark, JFM trying to go down the inside of Nitro Gas at turn 7.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Never miss Brennan's, Captain Stephen MJ Coupe.
JFM looks to go round the outside at turn 7. Nitro Gas jumps. Nitro Gas has jumped the curb, but almost lost the car, but he's managed to recover it. And No Fudge is alongside JFM, and now Williams in the run down to turn 11.
Oh my God! No
Fudge gets a move done on JFM. And that is vital to be chasing down Nick Thompson. So No Fudge currently stuck behind Nitro Gas in the Red Bull.
At this stage of the minute, Craig, if it stays like this, which I know... Oh, No Fudge!
There's a carbon fibre breaking off. There's damage to someone's front wing. I don't think it was No Fudge. It could have been the Red Bull Nitro Gas. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of damage on the left-hand side of the Renault's front wing, and that's disastrous for No Fudge because he's going to the end of this race. So No Fudge could come under pressure from a fast-driving Williams of JFM UFC on the Ultras, but he has to get past Nitrogas, who runs wide at the exit of turn 1. JFM looks to go round inside. There's contact. There's contact at turn 2. Yeah, I think that was a bit too risky from the Williams driver. He saw an opportunity, but a big risk there from GFM UFC.
Oh my God. JFM's got a 3-second time penalty for that.
Yeah, I think that was corner cutting at turn 5.
Oh my God. Oh, chill! Chill, beat the BA Clyde! I can't say. Oh,
yeah, he did think about it, Mark, but he just waited for the DRS zone. So he does know that he's got an opportunity for drag reduction, but he has to be mindful of MJ Coupe, who's in the Red Bull slightly behind.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm speechless here, Craig. JFM's closing in on Nigel Gash.
Never miss. He's actually closing down P3 in the run down to turn 11. Never missing the Ferrari with DRS open. Both drivers on the soft tyres, but never miss. His tyres are relatively newer, so it's advantage at the moment for the Ferrari.
Advantage on that one, Sunshine, on this. Oh my God!
Oh, GFM growing impatient, stuck behind the Red Bull of Nitrogas, who's yet to pit on the soft tyres. So Nitrogas is staying out for another lap, but GFM with damaged front wing has to pit, so that could be the transition onto the super soft tyres.
He's got to go on super softs, Craig. He's got no other choice. Unless he... Ultras? Yeah, super softs would have been the safest bet on that one. Chill. Closing in on BWA Clyde and never misses closing in on P3. Oh, Craig, I bet you're glad to come back.
Yeah, it's definitely been a great race so far. Never miss, still stuck behind P3 as we come through the chicane at turn 5 and 6. That tight turn 7, P3 hugs apex. Never miss, looking to take a wider entry to maximise the opportunity to get that power down the run down to turn 7. Never miss does have DRS, but he's closing down P3. Will he go inside? He goes outside. No, he doesn't. He goes inside. He goes inside. Can he get it done under braking? P3 begins to turn in to narrow that gap. And great defending from P3. But it's all about who gets a better exit at turn 10. Oh, P3 goes defensive on the inside. Never miss, forced to go round the outside. P3 in the Renault. Great straight line speed. Oh, who can get it done under braking? Oh, P3 just gets the elbows out and forces Never Miss to go across the curb.
Oh my God. We got another battle here, Craig. We got Captain Stiff, we got BWA Clyde and Chill for 8th place respectively.
Oh, we've certainly got a race on our hands here. BW Clyde, after a few incidents, down in P9, currently behind Captain Stiff, but BW Clyde looks to have the better pace. And he has to be watchful of Chill Neeland behind in P10.
I think that was JFM went wide there. I just saw the glimpse of the back. But BW Clyde, what a move! Oh, what a move!
Yeah, and Chill Neeland wants a go of this as well. So Chill Neeland would have watched BW Clyde's overtake on Captain Stiff, and Chill Neeland could dive down the inside. He was having a go. Yes. Slight lock up of the brakes. Yeah, certainly a bit cautious here. Will he take that move? Yep, he's going for the inside line at P7. So certainly a favourite move of Chill Neeland this evening. And it's a drag race between Williams and Force India, but GFM on fresh super softs, currently behind Chill Neeland and Captain Stiff.
Oh my God! Coming up to the corner.
Oh, and the Williams drivers are going to have to be careful not to trip each other up. So both Williams drivers come out of turn 10 alongside each other. Captain Stiff on the inside, GFM on the fresher super softs on the outside. Will Captain Stiff relinquish P10?
Yeah.
And he does. He doesn't fight too hard. He doesn't want to trip his teammate up at this point in the race. We're only in lap 17. Feels like 37 with how much has been going on. So 11 laps left of tonight's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Whoa! Chael! Chael's lost. Oh, what a move!
Yeah, runs wide at the exit of turn 19. That allows GFM and Fresh Supersoft just coast through, but Captain Stiff looking to come down the inside. He's a bit cautious in turn 21. As Nitrogas does come into the pits for his one and only pit stop, and in lap 17 he comes across to the Supersofts. And never miss, still struggling to find a way past Renault driver P3.
While you're watching that, Craig, we've got MJ Coupe, another 3-second time penalty. We've got the 2 Red Bulls. Will they get the wings? Oh, MJ Coupe!
Yeah, Captain Stiff ran really wide at the exit of turn 7, ran onto the curbs and really struggled to get the power down the rear tyres. That allowed the MJ Coupe and the Supersoft just to power down straight past them.
Yeah.
And MJ Coupe misses breakpoint, runs wide at the exit of turn 8 and 9, and Captain Stiff almost seized on that opportunity, but Nitrogas, who's recently pitted on fresh Supersofts, feels that his teammate is certainly right for the plucking. Has a little look on the inside, the side's better against it. Certainly doesn't want to upset Christian Horner on the pit wall. So both Nitrogas and MJ Coupe certainly taking it cautiously at this point in the race. With 10 laps remaining, Nitrogas will feel he's got time.
Okay, Craig. Do you reckon Nitrogas will get into the
He just moves up the inside at turn 18 as MJ Coupe runs wide. So Nitrogas, great driving, saw the gap and went for it and pulled it off.
Nitro. Oh, Captain Stiff has pitted. Oh, not with those fresh super softs for Nitro, but he's relieved now to get past them. And he should get closer to Chill, who's on the soft tyre. BWA Clyde. Oh! Clyde and Brennan's on the first DRS straight coming off.
Never miss on P3 running down to turn 8 again. P3 seems to have a healthy gap over Never Miss. Never Miss is closing down, but just can't get close enough.
Oh, great move from BWA Clyde. Moves up to 6th. He has improved the last few races, I think, Craig. He has been unlucky this season, to be fair, but he has improved.
Yeah, but GFM on fresh super softs feel that Brennan Owens could be easy prey on older softs. So GFM just looking for an opportunity to get the move done and move up to P7 and possibly chase down the Toro Rosso of BWA Clyde for 6th.
Just watching MJ Coupe closing in on Spud now. But I might go back to JFM. JFM.
Yeah, JFM definitely gets a better traction on the fast turns 16 and 17.
Sorry to interrupt, Craig. Brennan's went wide on one of the corners.
GFM looks for a move up the inside of turn 20. Just can't get close enough there. That would have been something quite spectacular. Runs wide at the exit of turn 21, takes more pace, gets a great run on Mercedes driver at turn 1 and decides better of it. So GFM not wanting to risk too much with these fresh super softs. He knows he's got the pace, he just has to remain patient.
He's got to wait till the DRS straight. If I was in that position, Craig, I would wait till the DRS. Because that's the only safest option here.
Yeah, just needs to get a great turn in and a great exit. He's actually went right across the curb and he had to wait to stabilise the car before he could get the pivot down. So he might not have the best opportunity opportunity in the run down to turn 8. Brennan goes defensive on the inside, comes back over the racing line, trying to break the toe. GFM tries to get it done under braking, and he gets ahead of the turn 8. Brennan's trying to come back, and turn 9 goes for the cutback at the exit of turn 10. It just can't get it done. So certainly GFM's fresh tyres coming and being a massive advantage for GFM at this point.
Yeah. Brennan's just got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, and Captain Stiff beginning to close down MJ Coop down in 14th with those fresh super softs.
Yeah, he's catching him up slowly, but we've got 2 battles going on, Craig. We've got the Brennan's chill battle in a bit with JFM, hopefully.
Yeah, never miss. Still stuck behind P3. Just cannot find a way past that Renault driver. So P3 doing a very good job on never miss in the Ferrari. And with yellow flags in sector 3.
I'm not sure where that's come from.
Oh, and that's a retirement from Tejwa.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, it looks like he's made a mistake at the exit of turn 18.
Oh, chill and Brennan's. And then we've got Nitro coming in. Oh my god. Oh, chill.
Yeah, Chill Nealand has a great exit there, and he's got a good run on Brennan's. Once he opens DRS, he should just coast past that Mercedes. And he does, so the Force India moves up to P8 under DRS conditions. And can he get the braking right? There's a slight lock up in the entry to turn 8, but it doesn't compromise his turn in too much. And he's got that move done on Brennan's.
Yeah, but Nitro's closing in on Brennan's at the minute, Craig.
Yeah, great run with those super soft tyres. Will he get it done under braking? Yeah, Nitro Gas just remaining patient, clips the curb at turn 11, and he just cannot get that Red Bull turned in. The Red Bull was just too unstable to force it in, and certainly didn't want to risk a spin.
Yeah. Oh, this is intense moments. As you said, Craig, earlier, never miss, can't get past P3.
Yeah, I think this has been about 6 or 7 laps now, possibly more, and he's just stuck behind the Renault. He just cannot find a way past. So he's going to have to analyse P3's line and analyse where he could make the move. Oh yeah, it's a bit risky, that dive into turn 5. And it's all going to come down to who's going to get the better exit out of turn 7. P3 gets a great exit, and I think that's certainly keeping him safe from never misses clutches with the DRS. So it's all going to come down to the exit of turn 9 and turn 7.
Yeah, I think it's Spud Brennan's. Spud the Mercedes.
Yeah, possibly team orders there, Malk. Possibly team orders, but Brennan's looks to come back under braking.
I don't know about that, Craig. Will Toto Wolff be happy with that battle there, Craig?
Yeah, so under that braking manoeuvre, it looks as if Toto Wolff is happy for the Mercedes drivers to battle it out on track. I thought maybe Brennan's might have lifted, allowing Sir Spud to pass, being on the fresh or soft tyres, but evidently not.
Oh, MJ Coupe has dropped to place. I'm not sure what happened with him, but that's brought Captain Stiff moved up to 13th place. The only nearest battle we've got at the minute, Craig, is the Mercedes battle between Sir Spud and Brennan's, but it looks like Sir Spud is pulling away slowly.
Yeah, never misses beginning to drop off P3 as well. The gap's increased to 1.1 seconds, so possibly an issue or a mistake from Never Miss there.
We'll have to find out after the race here, but we haven't talked about him all day today. But Meg Luppi's done a fantastic race today, unbelievable. But Nick can't even catch up, and even with the super softs. But correct me if I'm wrong, the super softs last about 14 laps. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Could be a little bit more than that depending on the track and ambient temperature, but also driving style as well. So if you're able to adjust the brake bias and the differential, then certainly you can take that tyre longer than expected.
Yeah, I think he's done a good job there, Nick. Which, if it stands like this, it'll be 8-point gap.
Yeah, so he will need to outscore No Fudge by 9 points next week in Silverstone.
And the way it's going at the minute, the form books, I can't see that, but might be wrong. Silverstone proves us doubt with random weather situations, so let's hope for an epic finale next week, if it stays like this, obviously.
Yeah, but we'll get 5 laps remaining of this race. Certainly anything could still happen. As Never Miss is right on the gearbox of P3, still can't find a way past. So Never Miss really struggling to get past that Renault. Oh, P3 runs a little bit wide on the exit of turn 1. Never Miss tries to stick his nose round the outside at turn 3. But just a lift slightly, allowing P3 to move back ahead as we just approach the turn 5 and 6 section into the tight hairpin that is turn 7. So Never Miss looking to get a great exit here, but P3, consistent as always, gets another great exit, almost opening up the gap to 0.6 of a second.
Just by one corner, Craig, just by one corner at that point.
Yeah, so that Renault has great rear traction and it's a great launch off the line, and that's certainly keeping P3 up in 4th position at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, and with a 21-second gap between No Fudge and P3, I think P3 is definitely certain for 4th place, unless Never Miss. And correct me if I'm wrong, Never Miss has DNF'd a few times, and the one unlucky person in this league, I think, is JFM. He has DNF'd.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Mark, but F1 Richard having a go down inside at Brennon's at turn 11. Had DRS, that allowed them to pull alongside, but very cautious from the McLaren driver and allowed plenty of space for the Mercedes to just move ahead and maintain P11. So F1 Richard looking to size the Mercedes driver up as we come round to approach the beginning of lap 24.
Oh, come on! Sorry, Craig, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but MJK just went past Captain Stiff. Oh, that was a beautiful move. Oh, this may bring Captain Stiff into play here again. What was your... Sorry to interrupt you there, Craig. I'll let you carry on.
No, just rejoining the battle between Renault and Ferrari drivers, P3 and Never Miss. Never Miss slightly closer at P3 at the exit of turn 7. So can he get a bit closer? Try and get the move done under braking into turn 7. Oh, time will tell. We approach the 100-metre marker. 100-metre marker board under braking. P3 goes into turn 8 ahead. Oh, runs wide at the exit of turn 9. Coming round that turn 10. DRS will be on for Never Miss. Can he get alongside into turn 11?
I don't know, but I'm watching Brennan's and F1 Richard.
Yeah, P3 just parks the car in the middle of the track, forcing Never Miss to go round him. Never Miss just stops to slot in behind, certainly not wanting to risk going on the marbles or the dirty end of the track.
Do you think P3's got more straight line speed, or do you think he has a little bit of cornering as well?
I think he's got. I think he's set up the car for a launch off the line, so I think he's actually softened up the rear suspension to get the best launch out of the slow corners, and certainly that's proved very decisive in his defence for the 4th position tonight against Never Miss.
He's done really well. He has done fantastically well tonight. Absolutely intense moments here. Absolutely intense moments. And we just don't know what to expect here in the F2 League of the Invictus Racing League. And it's just absolutely fantastic. And I just do not know what to say next. Will never miss.
Never
Get
Miss
fourth,
takes a
Craig.
wider line. He takes a wider entry to turn 7. And
Oh,
that has certainly come into play for the hands of Never Miss. So he's right on the gearbox of P3. Surely he has to get it done. This thing goes round the outside on the run down to turn 8. He's got his nose ahead. It's all about who can break the best and get the best exit out of turn 9. But P3
looks like
will
P3.
have DRS from or to the run down to turn 11. Can he get closer? Oh no, looks as if Never Miss has actually managed to get the move to stick. And the big question is, how much pace does Never Miss have in clean air ahead of P3?
Never have, never miss, Craig. Oh, lol. That'll be never have 0-0. Forget the never miss. It'll be never have.
And while we've been talking about that F1, Richard did get the move done on Brennan. So F1, Richard moves up to P11.
Looks like the only closest bar we've got is Brennan's and F1 and P3 and never miss. Because never miss had that bar with P3, he missed out a lot of time to try and catch up to for P3, where no fudge is at the minute. So this is intense moments here.
Yeah, so with 2 laps remaining of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Meg Lugpay holds on to a 3-second lead over Nick Thompson. He's controlled this race from start to finish. Nick Thompson 8.8 seconds ahead of No Fudge, with Never Miss moving up to P4 after that overtake of Renault driver P3. BW Clyde is currently in 6th after earlier issues. JFM moves up to 7th, Chil Nealand up 8th. Nitrogash, after starting at the back of the grid, takes 9th. Sir Spud currently holding on to the last championship point in 10th.
Oh my god, this is absolutely, I know I keep saying it, but this has been fantastic, Craig. P3 still closing in on never miss.
Yeah, and
So
it definitely gets the car negotiating the chicane section at turns 11, 12 and 13 more successfully than Never Miss. So P3 certainly not out of this yet. The gap's still half a second. And we have 2 laps remaining of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So P3 could possibly feel that 4th position is still up for grabs.
Okay, Craig, here's a bet. Do you reckon P3 will get 4th? Or not? Bear in mind, he has got a time penalty, I think.
I don't think he's going to get it done on track. I don't think he'll have P4 after penalties anyway. But Never Miss seems to have good straight line speed out of dirty air. So if P3 can actually get a great break into turn 7, then it is possible. But I think Never Miss could have set his car up better to escape the clutches of the Renault.
While you're watching that, Craig, we've got Chill and JFM battling out for 7th place on the DRS straight. Oh my god. Waving to his passenger Mickey. I'm not sure what happened there. But Chill.
Yeah, just can't seem to get close enough. He's going to have to brake really late. And he decides against it. So he will have a second attempt at DRS in the run down to turn 11. But GFM on the super softs gets the better exit. So GFM could hold on to P7 at the moment, but P3 still unable to close down Never Miss and effect a pass as we come through the fast double right-hander at 16 and 17.
Oh, will he make the move here? Oh, he hasn't made the move. Oh, JFM
Yeah, JFM struggles with the exit of turn 18, runs slightly on the curb. That allows Chil Neelan to close him down. And he's right on his gearbox. Chil Neelan really desperate to take P7. Locks up the right front tyre as we come through turn 21 and begin the final lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Will Chil get 7th, Craig?
I'm just watching JFM. It looks as if he's starting to struggle with understeer. And it does. Chil Neelan just takes the place at the exit of turn 3 into turn 4. So Chil Neelan didn't lift and managed to move up to 7th place, but P3 beginning to drop off, never miss in the run down to turn 7. But we'll jump on board with Mig Lugby as he exits turn 7, goes through that double left-hander that is 18th and 19th, and it looks as if the McLaren driver is going to bring it home for the victory of the penultimate race of the season. So Mig Lugby should take the race win at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. An absolutely fantastic drive. From start to finish. Nick Thompson will take 2nd place with no fudge, surely securing the 3rd place of tonight's race and the final podium spot with never miss after a hard fought victory with the Renault driver. P3 eventually gets past, but will penalties come into play as we come round turn 19? Never miss, leading P3 by 0.4 of a second. We do know P3 does have a couple of penalties, but the question is, does Never Miss and will this dictate the results of the race? So Never Miss does take 4th, P3 finishes in 5th, BWA Clyde comes round the final corner and will take 6th place with Chil Neelan taking 7th. GFM will take 8th. Nitrogas in the Red Bull moves up to 8th after penalty, so GFM drops to 9th, and F1 Richard in the McLaren will take 9th, actually moves up to 10th, so GFM having a few penalties there, loses out to 2 positions. Sir Spud in the other Mercedes takes 11th, with Captain Stefan 12th after penalties were applied to Brennan's. MJ Coupe rounds the track, takes 14th, with Wave Intel completing it in 15th, and Schmicky Mickey in the Force India after his return from Australia comes round to take 16th place.
Oh my god, that was a great race again, Craig. Oh, that was fantastic. Well done to Meg Lugby, that was a fantastic drive. He just did his race again and he just took it with ease.
Yeah, just got his head down and did exactly what he had to do. So we're just waiting for the drivers to come out onto the podium after leaving the cool down room, and it will be Mig Lugby taking the top spot. So great delight for McLaren for 1st place tonight. So congratulations, Mig Lugby, you are the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix race winner.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Meg Lugby. And don't get me wrong, the top 2 in the podium places as well, with Nick just holding on. But
yeah,
with the
and we will see a championship decider in Silverstone for Formula 2. So the final race classifications are: Meg Lugby takes a race win, Nick Thompson P2, No Fudge will finish in 3rd, Never Miss takes 4th, P3 takes 5th, BWA Clyde takes 6th, Chil Neelan in 7th, Nitrogas in 8th, F1 Richard takes 9th, with GFM I believe taking the final championship point, Sir Spud in 11th, Captain Stiff in 12th, Brennan's in the Mercedes takes 13th, MJ Coupe takes 14th, Wave Intel in 15th, Schmicky Mickey in 16th, and the rest of the field DNF'd, I believe. So a fascinating and exciting race from start to finish. Thank you as always to everyone that joined us for tonight's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We certainly hope that you join us next week for the season decider at the home of British motorsport, which is of course Silverstone. So thank you as always to Mark for allowing me to join him tonight in the commentary box for Formula 2. And as always, Mark, your final thoughts. Oh, where do we begin?
Um, 3 words again. Oh my God. Oh, that was just absolutely fantastic racing from everyone. Um, Again, Meg Lugby doing a fantastic drive. The top two battling out. That's what for the podium places. Nick holding on for the title, but it's going to be a big ask next week. But hopefully we'll try and sort that out next week for that. A few quality battles going on left, right, and centre. There was a few battles left, right, and centre. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And the qualifying, we was going to have squeaky voices afterwards after all that. But Craig, what's your final thoughts for tonight?
Fantastic racing up and down the grid. Some great respect from the drivers, and we hope for the same in Silverstone. Certainly, the track being very historic and legendary should provide a very tight affair on the Formula 2 race. So I think both Renault and Haas drivers will be sitting down with their teammates to work out a race winning strategy and a championship winning strategy for their drivers next week.
Yeah, I think they'll need to sit down, discuss what they need to do. And remember, a few years ago, we was like me and Spud, teammates, battling out. Spud did the tactic where to hold on the other driver, and it worked out perfectly. And it brought myself back into the title race out of nowhere. So I would expect that in Silverstone. And would you expect a lot more there, or do you reckon there'll be mind games throughout this week coming up?
I don't anticipate any mind games. I think it's been really respectful, and it looks as if the drivers are actually just leaving it to on track. So great respect for that, and I'm expecting the season to finish that way as well.
Yeah, I think. Oh, it's just going to be fantastic, fantastic finish, and it's been a fantastic season. Don't get me wrong, Craig. Um, from everyone that's contributed throughout the whole season, it's just been fantastic, and it's a perfect ending of our home Grand Prix in Silverstone with unpredictable weather conditions. I hope it's not dry, but I hope it's mixed for our sakes.
Yeah, in 7 days we'll certainly find out.
Yeah, but as who's been your driver of the day
Oh, it has
before
to
we
be
shoot
Meg
off?
Lugby. It has to be Meg Lugby. He's controlled the race from start to finish, and hats off to him. And it'll be interesting to see if he can actually continue this form into next week and secure the race victory at his home Grand Prix.
It'll be absolutely interesting to see how he can capitalise on that. Will he get the hat trick? Will he do it? Will Nick win? No fudge to mess up, and I know he hasn't messed up. So it'll be very interesting to see if it does happen. But it'll be one of the closest battle we ever had in the F2 League, and we will see a new champion, as you said, next week. As I said, I'll be the same thing with Megalo P. He's just been my driver of the day as well, and he's just, as you said, start to finish, got his head down, and he's just did his drive, and he's just said, "Well, there you go. I want to carry on, game first." That's it. I just want to say a big thank you, Craig, for joining me in the commentary box, and you're always welcome. And we do enjoy the battles with the English-Scottish battle banter, on, shall we say. And you've been fantastic as well. So thank you very much for tonight, and I hope to see
Well,
you next week.
thanks very much for having us, and certainly hope to join again for next week's season conclusion.
Yeah. So say, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you next week, and remember, go on, Craig. I'll let you say the 2 words.
Stay classy.
Yes, get in. Yes. See you later, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.